and we breaking the virtues. Now that we in the game, we in every commercial. Magazine, radio, we stay interviewing. Might hit up Wendy Williams just to ask her, how you doing? I wake up every morning, my face in every blog. Freaky boys, t-shirts, every catalog. They try to bring us down, but we say fuck the press. And all these weak rappers time to take a fucking rest. I'm finna talk it to
Oh yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Opinionated. This is episode 7. I am Louis Jones.
I am Mark Hayes.
I'm the one you love to hate, Michael Devon LeBlanc. What's up?
All right, welcome back, you guys. We're here for another episode. It's episode 7. We 7 weeks in. Episode 7. So, Mark, I'm gonna ask you, what was your weekend like this weekend? What did you do?
Man, just work. Anything. Yeah, it's pretty much. What else did I do? That's it, man. I made some new music.
That's always good.
Just worked, really. Just, LA is close to rent time, Had to make some money and just make some music.
And Mike, what was on your agenda this weekend?
Supposed to, man. Got another show on the 7th, so I just been working on my set.
Okay, that's cool.
Focus on.
I so happened, Saturday I did a conference. It was an interesting conference. It was at the University of California, Riverside, the Blackout Conference. It was really, really informative. I ran a workshop and consulted with people on the topic of my dissertation, which kind of relates religion with homosexuality. Mm-hmm. And I actually learned a lot that's going to actually be beneficial to my program. But on Friday and Sunday, Opinionated worked the Emmys.
Oh yeah, I saw you, man. How was that?
Opinionated.
I saw you, man.
Unfortunately, they was being stingy with the credentials or whatever, so they only gave one. But it was a really interesting experience. Shout out to all the winners, the Emmy winners, including The Talk, who won for Best Talk Show Host. I think that was really, really dope because they went up against like some really hard hitters like The View and The Talk and all the other shows. And for that type of show to win, I think that's awesome. 2 of my friends was nominated. Unfortunately, they didn't win, but just to be nominated was an awesome thing because what happened was that they created a production company and then they created a skit and basically created a series. Issa Rae put it on her network, and they started, they got nominated. I also spoke with Raven Simone. It was an interesting conversation, and it was really interesting for the sole purpose. I guess, are we going to have them watch the video? Is it there, Pierre?
The video is here. Do you want it to play?
I wanted to play. It's self-explanatory. I'm here for Raven Simone. As you all know, I've been a fan of Raven since she was a little girl in the Cosby's. Now, in my teenage years, I was a Cheetah Girls fan. I love This Is My Time. I love the album. I bought it in 2004. 2004, I was in the 8th grade. No, a lot of people loved it. Graves in the Grass is on there. Superstition. Backflip was on there. I love the album, Raven.
I'm not even mad at him right now.
That's So Raven, the show. The Raven's Home. I love Raven. We love you, Raven. We love you on The View. We love you on The View. I started watching The View because of you, and I still watch it to this day. I'm learning so much from the ladies. So I want to congratulate you on everything. Thank you. Yeah, so that was just an off-script video with Raven or whatnot. It was a really good experience to say, but
what about the? Have you been keeping up with the NBA playoffs at all? What about you, Mike? You been keeping up?
Yeah, brother. We missing it right now. Cavs and Raptors in overtime.
That's pretty deep right now. You know what I'm saying? Is this the last game?
This is game 1.
Game 1? This is the first one.
Yeah,
okay. So I haven't really been keeping up, but it's like all I see is like highlights of LeBron James acting a damn fool, hitting buzzer beaters. It's gonna be a very exciting. You think he's gonna take it all the way?
No.
Who do you think gonna take it all the way?
Warriors for sure.
Warriors? Damn, you ain't gonna rock with the Rockets, bro?
You gotta be a realist, man. The Warriors got too much firepower.
Oh, my bad. I just want to throw some diversity in there. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I do like sports.
We were talking about Raven Simone. I'm surprised you didn't ask her about her I'm not black, I'm Raven comment.
Oh,
Oh, damn! I forgot about that shit.
This is the thing. I thought about all of that. I thought about the Bill Cosby thing. I think that would have been a really good point to be a straight shooter and just get our feedback because I had her right here. Either she was gonna, walk away or
she could have
give in. She could have juked me or whatever. But it wasn't the moment for that, honestly. So I just kind of wanted to just keep it professional, especially because we was invited there.
You don't want to burn no bridges.
Yeah, not now. Not now. Sooner than later. I'm gonna light a match to it. But any other little quick comments you all want to get out before we go into these questions? Anything? What's happening coming up?
Next show. What month is this coming up? May 7th, 8:30, High Comedy Club in North Hollywood. Hit me. Slide in my DMs. I got you, B.
There you go.
What about you?
Man, I got some new music coming out. I don't know when yet, but it's going to come out very soon. It's going to be really, really dope. I'm very excited. And I'm also excited about the Texans. I just want to throw that randomly in there. Since we were talking about the Rockets, I had to throw a shout out to my H-Town Texans in here.
We've been repping.
You know what I'm saying? We just got a new safety. You know what I'm saying? The D is looking good. That's what she said. You know what I'm saying? JJ Watt stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? We keep Watson healthy. Man, we going all the way. Man, keep through it. All right, so my bad. I'm just running.
No, you good. You good.
Okay. I love Raven Simone though. But speaking of Raven Simone, freaking Lamar Jackson to the Ravens is pretty amazing as well. Like I'm pretty excited.
You really trying to talk sports today? Like,
I don't know. It's a lot. A lot has happened in sports this week, and I just can't ignore it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's really close.
That transition was just funny as shit.
And everybody is like saying Cavs, Boston.
Exactly. A lot of shit.
Someone said I can't wait, Mark.
Exactly. You got Huh?
You say Cavs.
The Cavs won.
The Cavs won? The Cavs won. There you go. The Cavs in it. The Rockets going to have to take them out eventually, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We'll face on the greats. We ain't afraid of no greats.
I think it's funny that you said, speaking of Raven Simone, shout out to Lamar Jackson.
I honestly, bro, I was like, Lamar Jackson got drafted as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? This shit's pretty dope. I'm excited to see that. Hopefully he don't turn out like, what's his name? Troy Smith. Couple years back, but that's a whole deeper conversation, but if y'all want to talk sports, hit me up, Mark Hayes, or the Opinionated Show.
It's right down there.
You know what I'm saying? Right here, boom, boom. I like to talk sports, I like to talk women, I like to talk philosophy as well.
Those are all things that I love talking about.
All things I love talking
about.
We love.
We open to all topics. It'd definitely be a good breeze and a shift and everything from what we're about to talk about today.
I see a lot of emojis and shit.
Yeah, that's because someone is fascinated by you. They said Michael is fine as fuck.
Thank you, baby.
So those are a lot of
hold on, I said thank you, baby. Is that a
it is a female.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Or just like, thank you, sir.
Okay, down to the nitty gritty. Bill Cosby was found guilty on all 3 counts in sexual assault retrial. Do you think that it's fair that he was found guilty and none people of color, POC, perpetrators are still free? I want to start with you.
All right, so it's funny. I read that question. I wanted to ask you more about that. That's obviously a Lewis question.
That's not a Lewis question.
Well, all right, so what proof do you have that non-people of color are not convicted of the same crimes he went through?
Because basically the victims for non-POC, they haven't filed charges against the perpetrators or whatnot.
What you mean?
Bill Cosby victims filed charges against him, but the victims are, Weinstein and the rest of them, they haven't filed charges. They were just released from their position, or maybe a ongoing investigation.
Because with Weinstein wasn't drugging motherfuckers. He was just using his power to get pussy.
Yeah, that was.
Which men have been doing there since
the beginning of time. That's consensual.
I'm not condoning it at all.
I do it all the time. No.
It's consensual.
Yeah, I mean, like him using, like the woman always has the opportunity to walk out the room. You know what I'm saying? In that situation. Now, in Bill Cosby's situation, he drugged those women and took them to bed. So that's a different situation.
I still want to say allegedly so bad.
I want to say allegedly because I love Bill Cosby. We all do. You know what I'm saying? They pulled him off the networks.
Y'all love
and he's too.
Y'all don't love Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was a shit nigga.
I don't know.
Cliff Huxtable was the good guy, the good image.
You might be right.
I mean, Bill did a lot of positive things.
I don't personally
And he
know
also
Bill.
did a lot of positive things, and a lot of things to bring us down as well.
Yeah.
So it's
He did talk some shit towards
So,
it.
but here's the theory. The conspiracy theory is that he's being framed because he was trying to buy NBC.
Oh, I heard about that.
Listen, he was never going to get NBC, ABC,
I don't know.
with 1, 2, 3. He wasn't getting nothing. The thing, I'm laughing for the simple fact is that the way I look at it is that, I have to be fair because I'm calling for everybody got to go. Every perpetrator got to go. Every accuser got to go. If you found guilty or if there's evidence there, you got to go. The thing about Bill Cosby is, and a lot of people really don't know, but in a previous deposition, he admitted to drugging these women and having sex with them.
Right.
It was used in this retrial. And even we're gonna pull it up in a few. It's gonna be up there for the audience to see. But one of the trial members, not the trial member, what you call it, the jurors basically had said that it was his own words that got him convicted. It was basically him admitting that he did it that got him convicted. It wasn't really anything else.
I mean, that's it.
But the thing about it is that with sexual assault, as a black man, and this goes for every black man in the universe, no matter what crime that they're saying you committed, I think that we have to be more careful in everything that we do. Because we have to make better choices. Right. Everybody has to make better choices, but we definitely have to make better choices because when it comes down to it, the law is not on our side. It's not on our side. So if 15 people is going to be charged, we're going to be charged first. We're going to be, convicted first. I just feel like we need to make better choices and better decisions when it comes down to dealing with things and dealing with situations and whatnot. My overall point is that everybody needs to go down, but Bill, if you committed the crime, you must do your time.
He's not tripping either. He must know something.
No. He's tripping.
80 years old.
That part too, but he's basically he's blaming everybody. Like,
Did y'all see the video?
He hasn't been sentenced yet.
Did y'all see the video of him walking out of court?
Yeah,
that shit was chilling. Like he knows something that nobody. Like he must know he's gonna check out or something.
I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Bill Cosby don't have more than 10 more years on this earth.
He's 80.
How old is he?
I think 80, but I think that defeats the whole purpose.
I feel like it's kind of
because he could literally be 100.
It sucks that he comes so close to the end and his whole life legacy discredited.
If I'm 80 fucking years old, just kill me, bro. Like, don't put me in. What the fuck?
Honestly, I'm 80 years old. Yeah, real talk. Like, yeah, it could just.
So do you all think that this is I know you spoke of it, but I just want to kind of reiterate. Mm-hmm. Do you think that it's a conspiracy against black men, or you just think that?
I wouldn't say black men. I don't know. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, I really think.
I feel the same way.
I really think as like a society. Like I said one episode, we only know like 10% of what's really fucking going on in this world. You know what I'm saying? We only know what they let us know. So all of these conspiracies could be right. 9/11 could not have really happened. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We don't fucking really know. It's everybody. It's just theory.
Man, yes, fucking.
And for him to even be eligible to be charged for this, it just shows that this was a recent situation because for a lot of the victims, the statute of limitation had ran out, so he was kind of protected by that. But for him to actually be charged, it means like this happened in the 2000s.
And I do want to say, if he did do it, if he raped those women, he's a piece of fucking shit. He deserves.
He admitted.
If he did it, man, he fucked up. That man fucked up, man.
And then his wife, he's got his wife on TV, and she stood by him, and it's a reflection on her. She was married to him.
She didn't show up to not one court date.
I wouldn't either, because it's a bad reflection on the whole entire family and on you when you have a wife at home and you out here, like Wendy Williams said, you telling people to pull your pants up, but then your pants are just all on the ground, in all these hotel rooms or whatever.
Ooh.
But I don't know. And then they took the Cosby Show off the air. The syndicated show has been removed off the air.
I've seen
that was one of the Good Times is one, but that was one of the shows that painted black people in a good light. But now that's
not only in a good light, but a prosperous light.
Yeah, doctors, lawyers, all that.
Because the Good Times, they was broke as fuck. The Cosby Show was the first show for black people to be like, yo, look at us winning on TV. It was the first.
I can go to college.
It was Black Excellence, the first time on TV. So,
Yes.
kudos for that, but if you write the one, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, and he's facing up to 30 years, 10 years for each count. And basically we'll be following the story as it develops.
Hey, yo, niggas gonna be in the street talking about free Bill Cosby?
Nah.
And they doing it now. That's the thing. Like everybody, some people feel like, oh, Bill Cosby should be free. This is, this is conspiracy. But it's like you said, if you commit the crime, then you have to do the time. It's just that simple. You can't look at everybody else and be like, oh, well, this white man didn't get charged yet, or this white man got off. It's you did it. You got to face the actions and take accountability for what you did. So, any final thoughts? I'll let you all kind of end it.
That's it, man. You did the crime. You did the crime, do the time. Yeah, there it is.
That goddamn Woody Huxtable fine as fuck though.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I seen her on the IG.
Now.
Oh yes.
That's how we put a button on that topic.
Our next topic deals with sexual assault, but this is in a whole different light. And to me, I truly don't know how to answer this question. I don't think nobody in this studio knows how to answer this question, but I'm going to ask it. And anybody that's watching, please feel free to answer in the comment section if Pierre's going to read it to us. Because I'm on the fence. I'm going to be honest, I'm on the fence. But Shonda Rhimes, Kerry Washington, John Legend, Mira Sorvino, and Alva DuVernay amongst the celebrities joining a Time's Up in its new campaign to mute R. Kelly over sexual misconduct claims. What are your thoughts on that? I'm going to start off with Mike.
I've been saying fuck R. Kelly. And when I tell you growing up, my favorite song was I Believe I Can Fly. I had that shit.
Everybody got different songs.
I had that shit on cassette tape, fam. You know what I'm saying? Aging myself.
The only song he won a Grammy for.
At the end of the day, as a black community, period, we got to stop giving
Give him a pass because he's talented.
Yeah, or because of nostalgia. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? In the black families, they had the rapists, but they out the gays.
R. Kelly is holding a group of women.
R. Kelly's not a rapist. He's just nasty.
But he's holding a group of women hostage.
He's a pedophile.
Yeah,
he has a cult, and they can't. They don't have access to their cell phones. None of that.
Yeah, it's like them women choose to go in these cults.
Yeah, they do.
That's the thing, though.
I mean, but
so you can't really call it rape.
Yeah, that's considered a cult.
It's gross. This is nasty.
It's just a non-stop motherfucking orgy.
Like we gotta stop accepting this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we could at least get the girls to be a little older.
Do you think that an investigation at this point in R. Kelly career, do you honestly think that they should be looking into R. Kelly and muting R. Kelly and
we don't necessarily need to take R. Kelly to court. We just need to stop listening to his music.
Why?
Going to his stores, huh?
Why?
Wow.
Because he's a fucked person. Is he not?
I feel like I haven't found any.
No, let me
That's how I feel like. That's all.
Now we can stop watching Bill Cosby because
he fucked up.
Found guilty.
What I'm saying is like
R. Kelly ain't been found guilty on nothing.
He was on video pissing on a set.
And when he went to court and they said, "What is it?"
Did you see the video?
Yeah, and it wasn't him. According to
he was acquitted.
Yeah, and
they did the shit.
Says you. It's opinion.
I've seen the 30 for 30.
It's opinion.
OJ did the shit.
It's opinion, and we cannot.
R. Kelly is right now.
I don't know.
In his cult.
How old are these girls in his cult?
You get pissed.
They under 18.
So all these girls,
they are not under 18. None of the girls in that cult are under 18.
This is what they judgment. This is what they.
First of all, one of the grown ass women in the cult got on Facebook. Her mom was looking for her, and she said, "I'm staying here. Don't nobody. Don't worry about me. I'm doing what the fuck I'm doing."
Did you see the interview?
I'm saying he's just nasty.
When they was like,
I'm saying,
all young got a girl.
Dude's just gross. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, this is the thing. Let's walk through it.
Let's
walk through it.
If they legal,
I got a great fucking point to make. Just because the women allow themselves to be objectified does not give him valid reason for him to objectify people.
But that's consent, and at that point, he's not a person.
Michael, do you know how many people you're gonna have to cancel if you cancel R. Kelly? Look at every rapper. Every rapper got bitches in their videos shaking ass that they're consenting to shake ass, and we slapping dollars on. That means close down all the strip clubs because
rappers right now that's also in court battling sexually.
But if they are found guilty, they are nasty. However, everything about R. Kelly is opinion. And
it's not an opinion. He pissed on the girl on fucking camera.
And when he went to court for it, they said that it wasn't him. They said it wasn't him.
They said it wasn't.
And even in the video, it's blurry as fuck.
Because the video had
It's not like it's like, hey, it's me, Robert.
Look at me pissing on this.
The video had been copied so many times that it was
So compressed that it's like,
you really
that's R. Kelly. You squinting shit like, that's him.
But they had the original video, and I guess that's what he was acquitted on. The thing about it is that it all. I just think that it becomes. I was just going to go into that. I believe that it becomes a domino effect. She was 15.
Aaliyah.
15. She was 15.
They dated a 15-year-old. Bro, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Fuck off.
You gotta stop supporting this lifestyle.
He was 15. She was 15. He was 27. I'm not going against it, but that's what I'm gonna just walk everybody through it. That was the initial claim. Well, he was her producer. That was her first solo album. Her uncle put her with.
He wrote "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number" about Aaliyah.
I just put that together.
It is a marriage license. It is a marriage license. It was a marriage license in the city of Chicago and Cook County that stated Aaliyah Dana Halston.
What they say?
And
Big Sis said all speculations, which is true.
Yeah.
Everything is all speculated.
So I'm speculating that he dated a 15. That he married a 15.
Because it's still not factual.
It was a node. It was a no.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have enough.
No, that means that they got really there, and then my mama got rid of it.
Yeah.
And that was allegedly too, just like they said. All of this is alleged.
So you just go put alleged before everything.
Because you can't. Because you can't.
Because like people
You can't make big strong statements about this that there are no facts behind it.
Literally what I said. I don't know.
Like I understand what it looks like.
Like, dude, is just gross.
If y'all really think about, I don't know where to go with this because in my mind, I want to be fair. If you really think about R. Kelly, in my opinion, it was the Aaliyah situation, and then it was the sex tape, and then it was just the reputation was ruined, and then recently it was the sex claims with the sex code and stuff like that. Yeah. But that was it. So it's like if he's been acquitted on that, and then allegedly the marriage didn't happen, they basically what Shonda Rhimes and them are doing, they basically calling for investigations into the recent girl. They're not talking about what happened with the sex tape and stuff like that. They talking about looking to the recent thing, the recent situations. But my whole point is that don't ruin his career if you don't have hardcore proof that this man has done that. Because any event that this come out that everything was consensual or everything, in a sense,
exactly.
Because you it's like you basically trying to spread like, you trying to say, he's this rapist, but it's no proof. At least get a victim to come forward.
I've never seen a rapist.
No, I'm talking about the people.
That's what
here
expression.
they think it's a movement now. It's a movement.
It's just,
and then they canceled his show recently. He had a whole show. They canceled the show.
Like a TV show?
Like a performance. He had on tour. And they basically it was in Chicago. They canceled it.
That's another good point. What's R. Kelly's nickname? Anybody?
Robert.
The Pied Piper. You know what the Pied Piper was?
What?
It's my nickname.
It might have been a fictional character, but it's from back in the day. It's from back in the day. It was a dude who would play the flute, and all the kids would follow him to their death.
You think R. Kelly calls himself the Pied Piper?
He's not a fucking idiot, bro.
He is a genius.
How many times does he have to fuck a kid for us to be like, you know what, we shouldn't?
Until he's found guilty.
I get
that's crazy as fuck.
That's the thing. Like, I don't personally support R. Kelly as much anymore, simply because
it's like y'all.
I've seen firsthand that he does have a disgusting lifestyle. Like I've been.
It's basically like we taking up for bitches. They don't want to get. Everybody got something to say, except the bitches that he doing the shit. Like Samar said, everybody getting mad that that women are being called bitches and hoes, except for the bitches and the hoes. They're like, look, this is our motherfucking job.
That's a good point. But then 30, 40 years from now, when victims start coming out, Bill Cosby, talking about we didn't have the platform to voice for ourselves, that's why we didn't say anything.
Not in this day. They got every. The cult members do not have access to the lawyer, but they choose to join. They choose to join. Not all of them choose to stay. That's how.
How do you know that?
That's how close. That's how
He the ringleader. He called him like, "Yo, Robert wants you. Robert wants you in his
watch
cold."
the motherfucking interview, yo. If you watch the interview, the moment they asked where she was at, R. Kelly was like, "Nope, shut it down, shut it down."
Oh man, I gotta watch that interview.
How many times this nigga got a fucking kid for us to? I'm just saying.
Until
I'm not saying
somebody
don't.
says,
If he's
"Hey,
doing it-
R. Kelly raped me," and like it's like, okay, I can't like judge him as a rapist, or like I just know personally
Without
the dude
any
was
hardcore
gross.
evidence, it's
That's my.
That's a serious thing to say that Robert Kelly is fucking women under the age of 18, because once you're 18, I don't give a fuck what he do to you, really,
right?
If it's consensual.
Did he fuck Aaliyah?
But
We don't know.
we don't know.
The world may never know.
The world may never know, but to say that that's deeper than Bill Cosby, because even with Bill Cosby, them was grown ass women. But to call R. Kelly like this pedophile, like that's a big thing.
That's a big deal.
And
Right.
to go at that without facts, I just cannot do.
Right.
What do you say to the
Get attacking me.
What do you say to the
I
people?
cannot call this nigga a pedophile when I got no evidence.
I'm be honest, I'm a hypocrite because Let Thriller come on right now.
And exactly, Michael
I was gonna make
Jackson.
that
Michael
point. I didn't
Jackson
even
got
play
the
that. I wasn't
same
gonna play
motherfucking accusations with
Exactly.
little boys.
Yeah. And wasn't quit, nigga. Put PYT on.
With little boys, and this nigga is still the king of pop. Ain't nobody telling him. Ain't nobody muting Dirty Diana or nothing. God damn it.
I wanna love you.
And we seen him having babies over motherfucking balconies now. We seen him shaking his kids and shit, and we know they weird as fuck.
I think that with
It's the same exact thing.
But listen, with
It
Michael
is. It really is.
Jackson,
Everybody's
when Michael Jackson, even though he was acquitted on all
non-disclosure
counts,
forms.
he was still branded a pedophile. They wouldn't let that go.
And they talking about Leah Michael Jackson and Macaulay motherfucking Culkin been motherfucking fucking allegedly since Home Alone, goddammit. So exactly. Now everybody quiet.
Yeah, black people ain't gotta understand. That's how people know. But no, what I'm saying is that he was acquitted.
Everybody quiet. I love Michael.
That's like
but we don't love the Pied Piper, but we love the King of Pop.
Accusations pop up.
R. Kelly made three. Maybe I would have to change my mind.
See, think about it. If some accusations just popped up on Will Smith, you gonna say,
Whoa,
you gonna second
relax. Don't even put that in.
You gonna second think that shit like, hold on, Will ain't do that shit.
Yeah, don't even put that out there, bro.
How do you know though?
And Michael Jackson was weird than a motherfucker. He looked like he was sleeping with motherfuckers.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Prince was sleeping with men though.
No. Prince was sleeping with.
Not
I don't know, but Prince seemed like he's probably sleeping with, everybody. Men, women.
Listen.
He just loves sex.
I think the situation that differs R. Kelly from everybody else is that it was recent claims
And he
of
didn't make
sexual
Thriller.
assault.
And he did not make Thriller. If he
No, not even that. Not even that.
If he had made Thriller.
Michael Jackson was branded as a pedophile even after he was acquitted. That never left him. And it did kind of tarnish his career in a certain sense.
He was on a tour.
Yeah, it was like saying like sold
This
out.
is it.
But
Tarnished?
it
It was literally like a ding.
his drop from where he was at to the point where he was when he died was still a drop.
He did have like a certain amount of disrespect and like a lot of comedies and like in media, you know what I'm saying, through like his, how
R.
they personified him.
People laid off R. Kelly for a very long time. Now he was still branded a pedophile as well, but people still allow R. Kelly to do his due diligence.
And Elvis was married to a 14-year-old.
I've been saying fuck Elvis.
I didn't know that, but Elvis,
And he stole
They ain't gonna talk about that.
Elvis anyway.
They ain't gonna talk about that.
And he stole all his music.
I don't like Elvis.
They ain't gonna talk about that. But basically, the recent claims is why R. Kelly the recent claims is why they at R. Kelly back door. The thing about it is that at this early in the investigation to tell people to stop supporting him and ruin his brand without factual information, I feel like that's wrong. I feel like at least
especially at that level, you know what I'm saying? Like Kerry Washington, Shonda Rhimes, like
Shonda Rhimes she was the
You
forefront.
know what I'm saying? Like these are all just like on accusations. Like but we should push forth on the investigation though. Like, we definitely
push on the investigation.
We shouldn't just like, R. Kelly guys.
Like, how do you apologize for that? Let's say tomorrow, breaking news, all the women that accused him are found to be lying. How do you, Shonda Rhimes or Kerry Washington or John Legend, And how do y'all say, oh shit, my bad?
Hey, it's guns. And that's the thing about sexual assault in general, because it is one of the few crimes that you can be convicted of just off hearsay.
Yeah. Somebody said they at R. Kelly house right now.
Remember when he was getting evicted, and then somebody was like, did they take the girls? And when he got robbed, they took everything out of his house. Like, where the girls was at?
Real talk. Where the girls at? R. Kelly shows the girls. We want to see the girls.
But I'm not muting R. Kelly at this moment. I don't even
listen to R. Kelly to mute him. Yeah. From time to time, I'll play a 90s playlist and he'll pop up, bump and grind.
Soldier's hard, and he got
this song called "Marry the Pussy."
If I should turn back the hands of time, it's one of my favorite songs from him. But I'll investigate him. But until then, until I see some type of proof or some type of witness that comes forward to say I've been molested or I've been held hostage in this day and age, then at this point I just gotta stay out of it. I gotta stay out of it.
Yeah, it's none of my business until it becomes our business. I guess it's bad for us Americans to think like such, but I mean it is what it is, especially if these girls are doing it consensually.
But think about it though, even when like it's naturally in our DNA to feel empathetic or sympathetic to people who have been sexually assaulted. So everybody, like when somebody say, "Oh, I've been sexually assaulted," everybody runs to that victim and consoles that victim without ever thinking about the fact that this person may be lying or this it may not happen this way.
Right.
And then the perpetrator is branded in a certain way, and then when it all comes and it's cleared up, you can't fix that reputation. You can't fix this. You know,
like you was a guy accused of rape, but you got
it's gonna stick with you. Even with the women who's being sexually assaulted, it's like we don't want to say that we don't believe you all because you may be telling the truth, but then again, you all may be lying in a sense. So it's just our best thing to say, you know what, the best thing for us to do is to stay out of it and with some concrete evidence so that we, to make a analysis of it or whatnot. But I'm staying out of it at this point. You know,
exactly.
If it investigating, then I'm staying out.
If everybody's saying the same shit about you, maybe it's you.
That's not true at all because everybody jumping on board without any. It happens all the time. One rumor can spread all across the world.
So Aaliyah and then the girl that got pissed on, both coincidences.
Listen, when you commit one crime, you at that point become a repeated offender. Even if you didn't do it, you forever a victim. You forever a criminal in the system. You forever a criminal in the system. So it's like, okay, you did that on your probation, then you do one little thing, and now you're back in jail. It's just like when he was branded with that with Aaliyah, whether that was true or not. It opened up the door for anybody to come in and say this and say that. Same thing with Michael Jackson.
Same thing with Chris Brown. He only beat up. We only know him for beating up Rihanna. Every bitch he date, we be like, he at home beating her ass, and we never know this. We saw a picture of him talking to Karuchi outside the club. We like, he going home to beat her ass. Like, oh shit, Chris man, he beat her ass.
Like, you want to
say one wrong thing.
He could have been like, I want to marry you. I want to marry you. We like, he about to beat her ass.
He about to beat her ass. It was all in the stance.
I love you, bitch. I love you, bitch. All right, we gotta go to now. I'm trying to next topic.
Okay, so let's do some breathing exercise because this is gonna drain us. Let's say, breathe in, breathe out.
Woosah. Next.
Okay. Kanye West. Y'all ready? Kanye West. Kanye praises Trump on Twitter. Kanye West's latest tweets about President Trump have attracted a lot of attention online, including from the president himself. Is Kanye West a sellout?
Damn.
I'm going with you, Mark.
Damn, a sellout.
Is he a sellout?
Man, you know what? I've been paying a lot of attention with Kanye. So, of course, I could go on forever with this, but of course, he's doing this because he's about to release an album, cause controversy, so he gets his name, tabloids, blah, blah, blah. But he also sharing his legit how he feels, but he knew it would stir this reaction, of course. But now he's like, recently with the whole, like, slavery was a choice, sometimes he takes it too far,
So what did he say about that?
I feel like, he said like 400 years of slavery, he said like, it must have been pretty much a choice, because I mean,
he was saying with black folks outnumbering white folks at the time, 400 years we were enslaved mentally as well as
we were.
That's he cleared that up. He tweeted today and tried to clear it up.
And I knew what he was talking about before he cleared it up.
I knew
like when as soon as I watched it, I was like,
he doesn't.
I get exactly what he's saying.
I think I've said this every episode. Motherfuckers want to be mad.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we get on Instagram. It's like, what the fuck can I be mad at today? Yeah.
I mean,
but a lot of shit, no.
That's the thing. Like Kanye isn't like I fuss with Kanye simply because he's encouraging like free thought, free speech. Because a lot of people in America, just like with the R. Kelly thing and everything, we just come to immediate conclusions based off of like shit we hear other people say. So it's like a lot of people like don't like Trump simply because other people don't like Trump. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's pointing out. And I was like, I get that point, but at the same time, like, I don't think the man deserves praise either, But if you want to build awareness for people thinking for themselves, I definitely respect that,
I want to cut to
people don't do that.
I want to cut to a TMZ video. Let's cut to it.
The reason why I feel like that is because, Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything that you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice. Frankly, I'm disappointed, I'm appalled, and brother, I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me, that's not real. Bro, you gotta be responsible, man.
Bro, I'm sorry I hurt you.
You gotta be responsible.
I'm sorry I hurt you, bro.
Your voice is too big. You got.
Yes, and it's like Kanye. He's just lived. His life has changed so dramatically that it's hard for him to put himself in the shoes of the everyday American after being removed from that life for 20 plus years. So that's another thing we should be empathetic about. But that's just Kanye. He's always been a guy who stirs up the pot.
And I'm gonna go in on that because we created Kanye to be that way. I'm gonna be honest.
We did. We let him get away with this shit, and he just keeps doing it.
When he said George Bush did not like white people. Well, black people.
Come on, man.
He like black people.
That shit was creeping out on me.
What are you doing?
Dying to get at least one out.
Like, what are you doing?
When Kanye West said that George Bush did not like black people, we was all for it. We was Kanye West team. Kanye West for men. Yada yada yada.
That's what me and Pierre was talking about earlier.
When he went and he snatched that award out of Taylor Swift's hand, we was all for it. Oh, he's standing up for Beyonce. That's his homegirl. But when he got
I love Trump.
Whoa. You're like, whoa, right? Hold up. Like, now,
Kanye.
to speak his mind now.
That's the problem with humanity in general, yo. It's like, we love you while you on my side. The moment I don't agree with you, I don't fuck with you anymore. And that's an issue. Because that is, and that's exactly his point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Freedom of thought, freedom of speech. It's like I posted on my Instagram story today because Kanye said one of the dopest quotes I've heard.
I saw it too. I was gonna repost.
He said, damn it, what was it? He said words are an overrated form of communication. Basically saying that as human beings, there's some emotions that we have, there's some experiences that we have that words don't communicate well. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just feel shit. You know what I'm saying? When the energy's off, you just feel it, but you can't necessarily communicate it. And I was like, yo, that's dope as fuck.
Words are man-made, man.
Yeah, I posted that shit on my Instagram story. Everybody is DMing me like, I can't believe you agree with Kanye. No, I agree with this part of what he said.
No, wait a minute.
But see, for some reason in our society, it's like, if you agree with one thing somebody says, you agree with everything. And that's bullshit.
And Kanye West basically said he don't agree. He said that.
Kanye said he don't agree with everything that Trump said.
So T.I. was like, "What part of Trump do you agree with, or whatever?" And Kanye West got stuck and couldn't say anything.
This is the funny thing. It's like,
Kanye just personally likes Trump.
Yeah, but in retrospect, they was boys before Trump was
president. This is what I want people to pay attention to. Pay attention to all the celebrities backlashing at Kanye West for his support for Trump, but never said anything towards Trump before this. They never said the fuck Trump, besides the Snoop Dogs and the rappers. Yeah. They never said anything bad about Trump. But now since Kanye is the easier target, they're targeting Kanye. They never said anything political till this day. Like all of them, like all of the people that's trashing Trump. Like we never heard like all the people like
John Legend would fight.
Yeah, but
fuck John Legend. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, see,
he waving John Legend off.
I'm saying the rappers, yeah, but like everybody is canceling Kanye, but none of them. Like if we would have had all this momentum before Trump was elected, he wouldn't have been elected.
That nigga said momentum.
Think about was it Tina Campbell and Chrisette Michelle when they jumped on that train? It was like they was also canceled as well.
And look how people are tweeting him, but then going back texting him like, yeah, I'm
right.
Like
I think
where my new thing go?
Yeah, it's a very fucking like important thing to say is that Kanye and Trump were friends before Trump was president. Right. Now, y'all got a lot of fucked up friends that y'all stay. You got a friend right now that's in jail for 20 years for killing somebody. You like, that's still my fucking homie. You don't agree with the fact that he killed that motherfucker. Now, everybody does it, but it's a valid, like, example. You don't agree with the fact that he killed a motherfucker, but that's still your friend because that's been your friend from the jump.
Right.
So just because Kanye is saying, "Oh, like I fuck with Trump," it's because they homies.
Morally, Trump has taken himself to a whole different level, though.
Yeah, Trump's a piece of shit.
Morally, now he may have felt this way his entire life, but we never known him to be this way. We never known him to be this way. Even a lot of people like Omarosa, she whatever. I'm not gonna say that word. You can't say that word on the air anymore.
Yeah, you a Trump supporter?
What?
He voted for Trump.
First of all, I have nothing to do with this conversation. I do not talk about politics.
You shouldn't be in the
publicly. I do not talk about. You will not say who I voted for. Don't nobody know who I voted for. I do not.
Freaky Boys trying to make America great.
I do not talk about who I voted for.
Not Freaky Boys.
Keep saying it because
people who voted for Trump don't talk about who they voted for.
But
people don't. There was a time where people didn't talk about religion and politics. I don't know where this new. I'm old school. I don't know where this new shit comes from.
Anyway, I think that when Trump ran for the presidency, his morals basically changed. Or they, in a sense, they probably came out because he just went on a bandwagon and just got to discriminating and dissing people and just spreading his hatred rhetoric. And I think that kind of made a lot of his friends and people that he was cool with and people
that he canceling me
and people that he dealt with. Cancel everybody. But no, okay. Let's bring these thoughts together.
I love our comments though.
Let's bring our thoughts together. No, first and foremost, Trump. He's a whole entirely different person. Everybody said it. Omarosa, Nene Leakes, a few other people that he worked with say he's a whole entirely different person. His morals changed. He's spreading hatred, negative rhetoric. I can't support anybody who does that. The thing about it with Kanye West, I don't know how to feel about Kanye West at this moment because it's like I don't.
That's not what I'm looking at you. I gotta let you for what you said before that. But we're not even gonna go there.
I gotta hear his new album before I
may not start it, but I'll finish it. Always keep that in mind about me. I'm never gonna start it, but I'm always gonna finish it.
I don't know what you're going with.
Trump president. Where you going? Always starts it. If the shoe fits, that's all I have to say.
My thing with the Kanye situation is sooner or later, like how we think as a whole is going to come back and bite us. Anybody that thinks as an individual and not like how the majority thinks, we trash them so hard that we're basically telling anybody that you cannot, and they can possibly have the cure to fucking cancer.
It's like last week when we had that discussion about the abuse, whatever, and I asked like, like, what did she do, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just like immediately the backlash. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, just that's how America's tuned to think. You know what I'm saying? We always just cater to whatever's cool at the moment.
That's not
Luckily, people who don't give a fuck.
I feel like, I feel like.
Luckily, people who don't give a fuck and will say what the fuck they want to say are smart enough and confident enough in themselves to not give a fuck about being lashed.
Oh,
exactly.
Because you know
exactly.
But
hopefully not ignorant.
I don't even know if Kanye West is serious. That's like I can't take him serious because I don't know if he's serious. Of course, he's coming out with an album. Of course, there's great promotion. Of course, he's trending on every damn platform out there. So I don't know if this is just a marketing strategy or if he really means it.
I want to take it back to that slavery comment. The reason why it like affected me.
Oh, young women didn't get
because like I understood what he was saying, where he was trying to go, but it's just like it goes back like how far removed he is. Because it's like you have to remember that our brains, like we were conditioned that way through white man's Christianity.
But I really think that's his point.
Yeah, that's fact. So you think that's his point?
I think, like, I know what you're about to say, and I truly think that's what his point is. I don't know.
You hope that's.
I hope that's what his point.
Yeah, I hope that's what his point is.
Because I literally asked myself, could slavery happen now?
Well, you know what?
And if you ask somebody, can slavery happen now? What would you say?
It's like no.
Why?
Because we developed. You know?
Because we will not allow. That's what I said to myself. We will not allow. And allow is a word for choice, meaning the people back then allowed them to do that.
But slavery happening now.
So
it's definitely happening now. The shackles are just invisible.
No, I'm not even talking about that.
No, I'm talking about that. But basically, what I'm listen, the laws and things that we have in place to protect us today, our ancestors didn't have that. So the stuff that you will say to a white person, stuff that I will say to a white person, 300 years ago, I would have been lynched right then and there.
But
it wouldn't have been no choice.
Think about the slaves that we.
It wouldn't have been no
think
choice.
about the famous slaves.
I'm not famous.
Like Nat Turner?
Like Harriet Tubman?
Like Harriet Tubman. What did she do?
She fought back.
She no longer made a choice to be this slave. Think of all the famous slaves.
That's a good ass thing.
They no longer made. They said, you know, it was like.
Think of all the people.
I'm calm. But Harriet was like, "Who with me, yo? We out this joint."
All the people attempted to free themselves, and I mean,
so there are leaders, our ancestors.
There are harsh consequences. There were harsh.
Right. So it wasn't.
But think about even from a creative standpoint, like.
Today we get to walk away from things that we don't feel comfortable
when we take that risk.
Here's the funny thing, like slavery,
you get
like
chopped up. And that's what Kanye doing right
now. Like humans, we're fucked up species. Cause so I lived overseas for a couple years. I lived in Dubai for 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. So Dubai is like looked at as this beautiful metropolis, and everybody's millionaires, and it's gorgeous, and they got palm trees and a palm island. Hey, you wanna know how they build all that shit? We'll get into that later. You wanna know how they built all that shit? Slavery. They have a bunch of workers from third world countries, India, Pakistan, etc. They pay them motherfuckers like $3 a day, maybe $2 a day.
Not even that.
Maybe. Mm-hmm. They live in fucking shacks like jail.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and they can't leave. Slavery. But as black folks, we sit back here and be like,
have a choice. Can they leave?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
They can't.
It's just higher.
They don't have a choice. It's not a choice for them. They have to do it. They being made to do it.
Right.
Okay. I mean, that's how black people were back then.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
so, what is the point? What was the point of that?
Because basically, Kanye West said, slavery was a choice. Slavery is not a choice today, and slavery wasn't a choice. I'm
not defending Kanye. I'm just saying I understand. 400 years is a long time.
I actually see exactly what Peter's saying.
Like,
I get what he's saying.
After 400 years of realizing that something is bad, it takes 30 days for me to be like,
this sucks.
Because you have resources now. You have.
Did blacks ever really outnumber white people though?
I mean, you got to think about it. On a plantation, it might have been like
on a plantation, yeah. But I mean, like
20 white people running it.
And the shotgun had about 20 rounds in it.
Yeah.
20 bullets in it.
And I was gonna put you right in front of it while you get shot, and I was gonna beat the fuck out of Master.
See what I'm saying? So all of those scenarios happened. I'm sure all of them happened. So I just can't go and say that it was a choice. It wasn't a choice.
Because even once, I know, because like it was not a choice, but like even what you saying with the Harry Thomas shit,
you can't even get from under the shit that we dealing with today.
You technically can escape the reins of just a high risk to it. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, it's your life.
It's your life.
It's what Killmonger said at the end of Black Panther.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
would you rather die?
And I believe, like I said, I literally believe that was his point.
Yeah, like would you rather live in bondage or die? You know what I'm saying?
It's funny as shit because black folks,
that's a hard decision. That's a tough decision. That's a decision.
Yeah, it's a tough decision for a year.
That's a tough decision.
2 years.
You were born in
3 years, 4, 5. But to have generations of generations,
my ancestors,
400 years, it's like, wait, this shit. First of all,
my grandmother did what?
The reason slavery is no longer, well, literally no longer,
is because of Lincoln.
People no longer wanted to do that shit no more.
But I got a question. So your first generation of slaves knew that slavery was not an actual way of life because they were stolen from
they were stolen.
What about that second generation though, or that third generation? That's all
that first generation. Because this is my
second generation probably confused because they was all torn from their families. Right. So it's still a big shock value. Probably.
But if all you know is slavery, do you know that freedom?
That's what I'm saying. If you're born into slavery,
it's a conditioned behavior that's been passed down through family systems. Yeah. Whatever,
like Christianity.
Christianity. I'm saying Christianity was brought about by white people.
Don't use
and definitely use to control us.
Don't use. Hi, mama. Don't use.
I'm just saying.
It's not slavery wasn't a choice. That's my opinion.
I was just going with that.
It wasn't a choice.
It wasn't a choice, but
I think people are thinking of the starting of slavery. And when I think Kanye is talking about staying in slavery for 400 years. Because yes, they got taken from their land. Yes, they got all that shit. But to let it happen for 400 years,
and he's still a slave.
You gotta remember, people are dumb as shit. Like, people are dumb. People heard that comment and was like, "Oh, Kanye saying," that people were just like, "I guess I'm gonna go be a."
Yeah. They took it so.
People are fucking retarded. Like, they give people like way too much benefit.
Yes.
About thinking like they're intelligent. Like, I don't even scroll Twitter because people are fucking.
It's like
dumb.
It was definitely mixed feelings when I heard it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like. It was still it was disappointing.
I definitely was like, "Oh, this nigga tripping."
He gotta work on his communication skills.
Form.
I definitely.
It goes to Trump. Trump do the same shit. Like sometimes I know what Trump is. Sometimes I know what Trump be saying, but I'll be like, "Gee, you said that so wrong." These motherfuckers finna be so mad.
It's so crazy because it's certain things that we can say it on the show, but. It's like we subjected to a serious backlash by saying it on the show.
I wanted to be mad.
So we censor ourselves. We censor ourselves on the show. He did. I was in the middle of a point. I was like in the middle of a point. I was like really because I'm serious. Because basically what I'm saying is that in 2018, May 1st, 2018, we can say whatever we want to say according to the First Amendment. On this show, on this platform. The thing about it is that we are subjected to serious consequences and backlash if we say the wrong thing. Comes with freedom of consequence. And that's the thing, that's the truth. But what I'm saying is that we're not free to do whatever we want to do and say whatever we want to say because at that point it comes with a certain backlash that other people don't even have. So yes, in a sense, we can make the choice to do it, but why would I make the choice and ruin everything? You might follow me, like, why do I make the choice to ruin everything when I can just, in a sense, be like, okay, well, I can still do this and still have my way. And I think that when it comes down to slavery, I think that everybody made that judgment to be like, well, you know what, I could run or I could do this, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna lose my life over it. I'm gonna be beaten for doing this.
But isn't that what all the greats did? The reason.
I'd have been out. But what I'm saying is that those are the chosen few that made it out. Those are the chosen few.
The reason we're eating today, goddamn it, is because
we don't even know about all the people that attempted to run and break away.
Same shit. Think of after slavery.
Let's say he couldn't even say that because he wasn't even alive at that point. Now today, in a sense, you can risk it all. You can risk it all. I'm willing to risk it all.
Right. But we can say that because we don't really understand the perspective of
like even Tupac. He said one of his songs. He's like, if they take it all back, but I still keep the courage.
Tupac said a lot of. It's another quote. He said a lot of shit that Kanye said. Somebody just posted it and said, "You posted it like I forgot what it was."
About, it was like white isn't a thing, and we just trapped in the system, and hopefully we can find the light before it gets too dark.
And I look, okay, so let's say slavery is over, whatever. And what happened after slavery? Like,
Jim Crow.
all the other shit in the Civil Wars and the Martin Luther Kings and stuff. Like,
this simplifying the fuck.
Yeah, because I'm trying to hurry up because we ain't got that much time. But anyway, I feel like all of them were in a situation where bad shit was happening. It was going to continue to happen, but they made a choice that they no longer wanted to be. I want to drink from the white man's motherfucking water fountain. I no longer want to get beat. And
exactly, it's
like I think they made a conscious choice to fight for their freedom and their rights to do certain shit. And I think even right now, what we're doing right now, we're making a choice to not accept the bullshit that we're getting. And I truly think that's what Kanye West meant by the 400 years. Like like people saw that it was bad shit happening, but our minds were so fucked up that we allowed this to happen for 400 years. Right. We didn't come together as a collective whole and say fuck this shit. Like either we all dying or we free or we all fucking dying.
Martin Luther King walked into a bathroom and he's like, look at this shit. This shit is so dirty. I can't take shits like this. I'm sorry.
Break it. No, you're fine. You're fine. But
I
basically, everything that would have been required for us to break that cycle of slavery back then was against the law and subjected to consequences such as being in jail, being murdered, and I didn't think anybody wanted to put themselves in that situation. I think that's why a lot of people, they really didn't have a choice. They had a choice, but having a choice meaning that you had serious consequences. And when you wear it out, it's
there's consequences for all our decisions.
But coming from a lose-lose situation, what, die or be killed? Like you're dying. No, they dying regardless. Like it's the same thing. And I'm coming from a creative standpoint. Like working a regular job, that will kill me.
It's killing me.
Like it will kill me. And people be like, you took a risk to do this? Like you could die hungry from not working. But to me, it's like I'm gonna die one way or the other. So it's like I gotta die chasing this.
Man, chop that shit up.
I'm gonna die because I can't die.
I like that. What you're saying is Harriet Tubman was alive today, she'd be a motherfucking artist. That's what you're saying.
She would be a motherfucking creator.
She'd be a motherfucking
like
Martin Luther King was an artist.
But today,
everybody don't have that creative mind. And that's why but understand, people think they don't. There are people working jobs right now, and that is such a slave mentality. That's what Kanye said. There are people that are working jobs for 30 years thinking that they have to do it, thinking that they have no choice. And then people like me or people like Kanye West tell them, you're doing this job because of a choice, because your ass can get up today and walk the fuck out of this white man's motherfucking office, bitch, you making $7 an hour, and you still dying. You're dying.
God damn it, Pastor.
God damn it. Pierre with the juice.
Lord.
Oh my God.
Got me hot and fucking bothered. You can do what the fuck you want.
Fuck it, I'm quitting
So
off.
put a button on that topic.
You know, I live by that motto today.
If you really want it, you will die for it. I will die to be a successful artist. I will
I
die.
can't be controlled or manipulated by
I will die for it. I'm pumped.
And all the people that will die for it, those are the people. Those are the Harriet fucking Tubman. Y'all don't think she knew she was gonna get? She could get her ass killed for that shit.
I'm the Harriet Tubman of this acting shit.
Exactly.
I am the Harriet Tubman of Houston.
That's why she going on that 20. Why she going on that 20? Just a quick.
So that really happened? She getting on 20, right?
The 10 of it. It's the 10 or the 20. But they put a pause to it.
2020, 2030,
26 or some shit.
Right. But
Maybe when the next buck.
They better find out. They better get a cue
But
picture.
I do want you all's perspective on this next sub question. You don't have to answer if you don't want to answer it, but I'm still going to answer it. Do you all think, and it's just, you can shoot out an answer, do you all think that Kanye West is being manipulated by the Kardashian family? That's like one of the big myths about...
Oh, you know, people give people, whoever associate themselves with
I just want to actually
Kardashian
like clear it up
family,
from our perspective.
they give them a hard reputation. Like, what is it, like bad luck to be with them or some shit?
call them
Like
Kanye
careers
Kardashian.
always fall and all that shit. Honestly, bro, I mean, people always find a way to hate. It is what it is, but at the same time, like, being with Kardashians does put you in another tax bracket. You know, like Kanye was on his own tax bracket, but with the Kardashians, it's like it's kind of a different lifestyle he probably introduced to. But then again, you know, Kanye's Kanye, so it's like I know Kardashian's not affecting. That's what I'm saying. But it's like,
I agree.
I agree with that 100%. But I'm saying is like maybe like his new lifestyle is probably affecting the way he thinks. You know, especially him being a dad now. He's got a lot of time to just sit and just
See,
think
but
of his ideas.
this is what the Kardashians are actually doing, though. We just went from having a very progressive, logical conversation about something that can move us forward to talking about the fuck-ass Kardashians. And that's like almost like
They're distracting
That's
us.
life. Yo, that's life now.
That's life. It's like Jesus.
You turn the news on, they're like, oh, yo, Flint still doesn't have water. By the way, Kim Kardashian, fuck them. I'm not talking
The
about
Kardashians are a
That's
distraction.
what you're getting out of me.
Why do they have a TV show? Why is a reality TV show?
Because they wake up in the morning.
I don't understand why people watch reality TV.
Play the game or be played.
Or watch the game. Apparently.
I want. The question was asked simply because I want people to really realize that Kanye West has been this way long before the Kardashians.
You don't realize that.
See, ever since I've seen Kanye as Kanye, like he hasn't changed.
He hasn't changed.
He has changed from
Kanye West
down.
I mean, Kanye West has always. I'm saying he hasn't changed.
Kanye's always been sporadic.
I'm saying Kanye West has always been outspoken. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't changed in that sense. His core values of who he truly is as a person,
But he just
that
has a
hasn't
different
changed.
lifestyle.
His perspective has changed.
Kanye's definitely not the dude who rap, fuck the police, that's how I treat him, we buy our way out of jail.
Kanye West has always been an outspoken
He's not that guy.
artist. Ever since he lost, well, he didn't lose, but ever since he didn't win the Big Four category at the Grammys his first year, he has always been outspoken. Now, his perspective has changed on things, but Kanye West has always been vocal. And that's the overall point to answer that conversation. But moving right along, this one is a really good conversation. We're going to shift it to Ben Carson. The brain surgeon at that.
Another black man, although.
He's like the first black man to do like brain surgery, whatever.
That's impressive.
No. He's the first black. He's the first black.
He's just the first coon to do fucking brain surgery.
He's the first black man
The
to
first
be a neurosurgeon or
time
something.
to do brains.
Now I'm gonna get on the quick little thing. So we have to definitely watch what we say because they will shut the show down.
We're watching what we say now? Whoa, shit.
Not too much.
I'm tripping. Okay,
Not
cool.
too much.
No, because the government gonna shut us down for Ben Carson.
Fuck that. So that's what you want, Ben.
Come get these.
I just got the report. Ben Carson.
Your old ass.
Ben Carson wants to raise rent for low-income tenants. HUD Secretary Ben Carson announced a proposal for raising rent for low-income Americans receiving federal housing assistance. Federal housing assistance could be low-income housing or even Section 8 and other assistance. Do you think that this proposal is a good one? Now, let me give a quick little background for the audience. Basically, the Department of HUD is in a deficit. They are in debt. And basically, they feel that tripling the rent. Department of...
housing and
urban development. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. Housing and urban development. Yeah, I'm tongue twisted. But basically, he feels about tripling the rent
for low income families, right?
I had to let that sit.
Yeah,
The comments,
I was like, it just,
the comments are lined up, but I'm gonna let you kick it off. But
man, I think of course it's fucked up. Of course, it's like that's the capitalist America we live in. It's just like that's the kind of like the results, of capitalism. Period. Just the rich are gonna look out for themselves. Mm-hmm. They're gonna give themselves tax breaks, and they're gonna make it harder for the poor people. Karl Marx, he predicted that shit in his own philosophies and all that. But anyway, I just feel like I also had some indifferent feelings about it because I read also that there are people paying $50 for rent. You say that's not true. I haven't looked this up, so I don't know. So if there are people paying $50 for rent and they have to pay $150 now, I do agree they should work to have to pay.
Do you know that $50 is based off their income?
So because I know people that pay $14 for rent.
That's what I'm saying. Like some people are legitimately cheating the system. You know what I'm saying? Some people are.
No, it's not. No, we're not.
But no, what I'm saying, it all goes hand in hand. Like some people are legitimately cheating the system, but at the same time, there are people who desperately need it, especially people who have families and had them at young ages, and just like
You know who's cheating the system?
Who's cheating the system? Rich people. They're like, of course they're cheating the system. Everybody's finding a way to win.
I just want to let the audience know that the population that is on the highest on food stamps and low income housing,
white people.
It's white people. Mm-hmm. And guess what? The trickery comes in because they got husbands who construction workers and lawyers and everything else. But guess what? The housewives do. They sit at home, collect free money, low income, zero rent, got food stamps, and don't even put their husband on their thing.
But that's the thing is like, where are these facts presented? I can't make a definite conclusion on that. You know what I'm saying? Because especially like
Google is free.
You know what I'm saying? Google is free. And then on top of that, like apparently the income they're gonna base it off. They're gonna base your rent off of 35% of your income.
Of your income, yeah.
35%. That's a huge amount. But if they give you government assistance
before taxes.
Okay, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
They want your own world.
So it's like I obviously
they don't want that. What you bring home before taxes, we want 35% of that.
So obviously I feel indifferent about it because it's very situational. You know what I'm saying? Because if there are people out there who are paying $50 for rent, and we're like, yo, you gotta pay $150. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. I gotta work some more hours. But hold up. And I'm like, but also I feel indifferent about it because why can't we just let them pay $50 for rent when we paying so much for military weapons and whatnot? Or why can't more money be
shooting missiles to Syria?
Yeah, so shoot missiles to Syria. So why is this a big deal? Also, it's just like, why aren't we investing more money in education when kids are struggling in student debt? I feel like we have a lot more problems going on. So why is this kicked up?
You know what I don't get? Like, but and if this doesn't make any, my mind just works a little different. As human beings, we created the idea of money, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's an idea, correct? Mm-hmm. That human beings created. How the fuck can you be in debt?
Yeah, I mean,
how are we in debt to a fairy tale?
I always thought about that. Like he just gonna make the money.
We can't. How is a whole country in debt? So we make the fucking money.
Well, apparently we print out more money that decreases the value of the dollar. Mm-hmm. So if we decrease the value of the dollar, that means everything will be a lot more expensive,
and then we'll basically be in more debt.
It costs more than 1 cent to make.
So we're a slave.
It's now 1.5.
Like the reason
we're a slave to our own idea.
We're a slave to the dollar because we run a capitalist structure.
Child choice.
And like that's what we want. Because like America, we preach that capitalism is number one. You know what I'm saying? We don't look at like we shut off communism and whatever, all the other shit, socialism, all that shit. Like we don't give it a fair shot. Not saying that we should, because I haven't looked in depth of it, but it's just like a thought. Like capitalism is going to come with these kind of, it's going to happen. With this. Like only way for that not to happen is for us to switch our whole infrastructure as far as how we build America.
Let me put it this way. Let me give you.
Somebody else said something like that.
Huh?
Somebody else said something like that.
O'Donnell?
But they didn't like when it came from his voice.
O'Donnell said that? Oh shit! I mean, it's true.
Why you voted for him?
I mean, I like Hillary. She was preaching like free school and all that. I was fucking with it. I don't know how they was gonna make that shit happen. She was selling all types of dreams.
Undergrad is help me out. Isn't community college already free? Because your community college is your Pell Grant can pay it off.
Yeah,
so it's like it's already free. You get a Pell Grant, it's paid off already. It's just when you go to university. Like
this shit go towards the university.
It's just to get the real degrees.
I want everybody that's watching this to like seriously think about that. Like we created all of this shit, and we are slaves to our own fairy tales.
We're slaves to capitalism.
Back to your response.
He's like, fuck what you talking about.
Like money. That's what I'm saying. No, it's like
that's a valid fucking point. I know
you get to the audience and they heard you and they gonna tweet you, they gonna comment, they gonna DM,
I guess I'm just debating because
I want to answer this.
You just playing the devil's advocate, Mark.
Like because like it is what it is. What I'm saying is like this is factual. Like this is presented. This is why.
If we decided tomorrow to abolish all of it, it could be gone.
It could be, but that also goes through
tomorrow. We can literally make the decision to be like, money doesn't exist.
Sean V, they
we will all have to get on the same page. Americans don't want to get on the same page and do that shit. But that shit will happen eventually. Like eventually there will be some kind of revolution where the rich will keep getting richer and it's gonna get ridiculous. It's gonna get Hunger Games status, and we're gonna just come and revolt on the ass. And that's just gonna happen. And eventually we're gonna have some kind of anarchy going on, and we're just gonna be ruled by people.
Hopefully by that time I'll be part of it.
I'm like, hopefully that's my grandson's problem.
Exactly. It's gonna be heads on sticks and shit. It's gonna be like
because if I'm with the rich, I'll be like killing them.
We're savages, bro. Like as human beings, we really
human beings. Okay, let me butt in. And get back to the question.
We were built off savagery. Like nations were built off savagery.
We're animals. We are fucking animals.
Like we went to other
don't
nations.
Don't ever think anything else.
From Africans to white people. Like every time it's like, oh, they got shit. We got that shit.
Do I gotta cut his mic? I
don't know. This has been on my mind for a long time.
Cut his mic.
Like it just always pissed me off. It's like it's just been on my mind for a long time. I feel like America has a lot of issues.
About this proposal that Ben Carson is trying to put out. Now, you may have a question on because you don't know me. But I grew up in the Section 8 house, but I was actually on Section 8.
Right.
And my portion of the rent was $500, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was going to school, I was working a job, a really good job. I was going to school and everything like that. I struggled to pay that $500 and trying to triple that, I'm damn near evicted.
Right.
I'm damn near evicted. So, but that $500 is based off my income. Mm-hmm. Now, the people, I know people that got that $50 rent. Because I moved to Los Angeles because I didn't have a job when I moved here. My job wasn't ready. My rent portion was $14. Mm-hmm. So I had a 2-bedroom apartment for $14. Don't ask me where it was at. It wasn't hard for me to pay the $14. So tripling the $14 to,
But is it all income based at the end of the day?
It's all income based. It is based off what you can pay. And it's based off your overall gross. It's not based off your net. So I could be bringing home $3,000 a month, but I could be making $3,000 a month, but I could be bringing home $2,200. I'm sorry, $2,200 every month after taxes and benefits and 401k.
If you bring home $2,200 a month, you don't need housing assistance.
You do.
You don't.
Because what if I
think I had a
listen. Rent
is like what? You could find rent for $500, $400. If you
not in Los Angeles. Not in Los Angeles. Listen,
you can't afford to live in Los Angeles.
You have to make 3 times the rent. You have to make 3 times the rent. So it's people who make $3,000 a month before taxes, $2,200 after taxes, paying rent in Los Angeles on Section 8. So they probably paying about a good $400. But him trying to triple it, they're gonna end up having to pay them amount together $1,200 out of $2,200. That's steep, especially when they got kids.
That is steep.
Mark,
I don't know.
Mark just said if you can't afford to live in LA, you should. That's very Trump of you, brother.
Can't nobody afford to live in LA.
I mean, if you gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. Are you hustling?
Nobody can
afford.
You out here
hustling.
You listen.
I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't.
I'm not talking about. Listen.
You're trying to encourage people to get off their asses.
No,
I support that.
These people work. These people work jobs, Mark. Mm-hmm. These people work jobs.
Okay.
The real issue is, and this is going to be pretty conservative of me, but these motherfuckers that are on Section 8 or they work jobs in which they can only afford to pay $14 in rent are having kids. That's a fucking.
And the real issue is
nobody's trying to progress.
All of
they are trying to progress. Do you understand that?
That's the real issue. Government assistance was supposed to assist, but it ended up handicapping.
Exactly.
Most people, there's no way. Just like the 400 years, there's no way you're supposed to be on Section 8 for 30 years.
No, and they hold
I know people who transfer their Section 8 down to their kids once they get old and die, and then they give it to their daughter.
Do that and then die. You only can do that
that's his mentality. I'm gonna work and put up.
You only can pass Section 8 down if you die.
Exactly. Did you not hear me say when they die?
They get old.
I said die.
Excuse me, because I heard you said when they get old, they pass it down.
Production, roll the tape back.
No, he said when they get old, they set it up so when they die, they can give it to.
Thank you, Mark.
If the kids do not qualify, the kids cannot get it. My mama currently has Section 8, but she's a retired senior citizen who worked 45 years on the job. She has Section 8. She just recently got it because she's a senior citizen. In the event that my mama passed away, her Section 8 will not go to me or my brother because we make too much money. He's in the firefighter academy. He worked for the post office. I'm a therapist at a high school.
Your mom did a good job.
Okay.
But
Boom.
But
for somebody,
exactly. We not talking about y'all.
Hold on.
Stay under Section 8.
People do it.
Don't worry about it. The government gonna take care of you.
If you
that's negative thoughts to have.
Currently, my mama can afford all her bills with her retirement money. If you triple her rent, her portion, she will not be able to survive in her apartment. She will not be able to survive if you triple it. So the proposal that
the post office and the therapist
we help her out anyway. We help her out anyway, but it's just she would not be able to live if her rent is triple or even if it's doubled. But her rent is based off her income. It's not y'all. I understand that it's people cheating the system. That's very much so. It's people cheating every system.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of people.
It doesn't make it okay
because you know people in Chicago who was on Section 8, but you know people who actually did the right thing.
Oh yes, my mom was on Section 8. My mom bought a house.
Yes, this is what I'm saying.
She went to school.
On Section 8. Your mama worked.
That's what it's supposed to. That's what it's supposed to.
What I'm saying.
Exactly. You're not supposed to get comfortable and live in it because besides my mom who was on Section 8, ended up going to school, ended up getting a job, and got off Section 8, bought a house, all that stuff. That's exactly how it's supposed to work. And my mom will tell you right now she hated giving up that Section 8.
I hated giving up mine. I gave up mine.
Like to know that she got to pay for something and the government ain't paying. She's like, oh.
Let me say this.
It has to happen.
Let me say this. Because when I was on Section 8, they went off a certain portion. Me working at a mental hospital, I worked overtime. I couldn't even work overtime because at that point I'm making too much money where I'm gonna end up getting kicked out. This is how people think too, and this is the problem too. People, I'm gonna get kicked out because I'm making too much money now. So people don't want to push the envelope and they stay in the system. That's granted. But think about your parent, your mama, and even me. When we was on Section 8, we grind. We use it as a benefit to help us get to the next level. But what if he had this bill kicked off when I was in my sophomore year of college, or your mama was in the process of graduating school? We would have been fucked. We would have even probably made it to that point. But it's people. What I'm saying is that it's people out there that is honestly trying to get off.
Yeah, but in the word. Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Proposing this bill. What I'm saying, proposing this bill in this day and age, while people trying to do the right thing and some people fucking over, it's not a good idea because it's income based and you're trying to triple somebody's rent.
Well, understand there's a reason why this bill is proposed.
To pay off debt.
Exactly. You know why we're in debt? Because some people have been on Section 8 for 30 motherfucking years.
And that's his rhetoric too. That's his rhetoric. He feel like
we in debt because people abuse this and know
like people lazy. This is what he said. I about people lazy. People ain't trying to do nothing. But it's people like your mama, my family, who actually doing the right thing.
But think about if half of those people were like my mama. If just half,
a lot of them are. A lot of them are. A lot of them are doing the right thing.
I don't know. I don't know that.
Your mama is living proof. I'm living proof.
That's two people, Louis.
But that's
yeah, but I know people who are not. I know my auntie who lives on the west side right now. Yo, this woman does not want to move. She don't want to move out her apartment. She paid $14 for rent. She ain't trying to get a job. Don't want no job. She living way better than me. Way better than me.
Y'all don't understand that Ben Carson brought that 30. Then him and his wife bought that $36,000 furniture piece recently, and they drilled his ass on that. Did y'all see that?
They said what?
Recently, in 2018, Ben Carson and his wife went and brought a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
And for I think they offered
$10,000 table.
It was dinnerware, like $30,000 plates and stuff.
He worked for that money. Like,
well, that's true.
He works for
I think he used like government money or some shit.
He had the face like that, and they drilled him.
He used like
and he couldn't even
government funds.
So he had to face the Senate, and they drilled his ass. They drilled him.
Just some happy Nero out there.
Tyrone from
I just want to put a button on this topic and say Louis had a 2-bedroom apartment for the price of a movie ticket.
I did.
That's pretty.
I'm not gonna say how it ended, but basically because I felt that I couldn't prosper.
Like
I was living in South Central. I hated it out there, and I said, you know what I gotta do? I gotta give this up so that I can go get something, go get what I truly wanted. So I gave that apartment up, and I ended up going to get an actual 2-bedroom apartment downstairs for $1,400. And at that point, I just continued to move myself up, but I would have never been able to do it had I let it go. But I let it go at the perfect time where I ended up getting my career job where I was able to afford to give it up. Beforehand, I only could pay $14.
Super lit.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, people are trying, but don't just say, "Oh, people being lazy." Don't look at it from that perspective.
I'm saying
this bill, whether people being lazy or not, is still trash because your auntie, no matter how long she's staying there, she's still paying based off her income or what the system see as her income.
Yeah, she's not trying to get more income.
And guess what's gonna happen if they raise her rent?
And she gonna have to.
She gonna have to go get it.
She gonna go get it because it's like
you raise everybody else.
Now she gonna start having to lift drive.
Exactly. And that's basically the ultimate goal, probably.
Honestly, like from what I read though, it's gonna be what is it? Income based as well as like he was talking about people from $50 to $150. Like I don't know if that applies. If you raise $400 to $1,200, that's gonna be a problem. So I don't know I don't know the details in that aspect. If they would raise, because if you can,
it's still going to be income based.
Yeah, it's like what I'm saying. Because if you raise rent to $1,200 for $400, that doesn't make sense. If it's income based, I don't think that's how it's going to go, bro. But if it does, it's fucked up.
If my income saying that I pay $400, if your auntie who's
because it can be percentage. Let's say if it's income based, let's say
30% right now. Okay, it's going to move up to 35%.
I don't see a big issue with that. Let's not go kill nobody.
It's not.
You can't give up a 5%. I'm pretty sure it's some in your house that's 5% of your income that you do not need. Whether it's a pair of shoes, some earrings. This house needs to be empty.
You gotta give up your Netflix.
Stop embezzling government funds and pay off the debt, Ben Carson. That's what you do. Stop.
I mean, we can stop calm down on the military.
That's why we in debt, because they stealing money, man.
We've been talking about fuck ass Ben Carson for 30.
This has been an interesting topic. Let's go to the next. I ain't gonna lie.
Next topic. All these topics have been really interesting, but the next topic, and it's actually our last topic. Controversy over Wolf's jokes. Comedian Michelle Wolf not only roasted President Trump, but a list of targets spanning politics and media at Saturday's White House correspondent dinner. Did you feel that some of her jokes were out of line? I'm gonna start with Mike.
Nope, them shits was funny. But that's how it goes every year, yo. Like Hassan Minaj did it last year, and he clowned the fuck out of Donald Trump too.
From a comedian to another.
Comedian.
I was from one comedian to another. Basically.
Wait, you a comedian?
You a comedian? No,
from him to her.
From him to watching her video
to walk.
You know that. Actually, let's play the video before we continue.
Here we are, the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Like a porn star says when she's about to have sex with a Trump, let's get this over with. And just a reminder to everyone, I'm here to make jokes. I have no agenda. I'm not trying to get anything accomplished. So everyone that's here from Congress, you should feel right at home. It's 2018 and I'm a woman, so you cannot shut me up. Unless you have Michael Cohen wire me $130,000. Michael, you can find me on Venmo under my porn star name, Reince Priebus. Of course, Trump isn't here, if you haven't noticed. He's not here. And I know I would drag him here myself, but it turns out the President of the United States is the one pussy you're not allowed to grab. He said it first, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with Mike again. From one comedian to another, you know, what is your thought on her say?
I mean, this shit was funny. Like, this shit was funny. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's weird, and there's a comedian that I'm a big fan of. His name is Andrew Schultz. It was like, yo, people.
I like Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz is funny as shit.
I like him.
It's like people hold comedians like on the same platform that we hold politicians and shit. Like, the comedian's job is to push the envelope and to be racy and to be funny and to talk about shit that's uncomfortable. That's a fucking comedian's job.
I agree.
My opening set is about fucking abortion. Like, that I open with abortion.
You're horrible.
Yo, and that's how, like, doing that joke out here in LA, people be like, "Can I laugh? Is that okay if I?" It's like, it's art, bro. It's subjective. Like, she called Trump a pussy on TV, dog.
On TV.
That's the realest shit I ever seen.
And I think that's why they got her head. They got her head for that.
I heard through Dave Chappelle, and if Dave Chappelle supports it, I support it. No, but for real though, it was really funny. Like it was, and then like she definitely she was very fearless, you know. So that's what I respect about it, and that's what art is all about, just being fearless and doing what you want to do and saying what you want to say, and you know, taking on whatever backlash, whatever high consequences come with it.
It's hard to make me laugh. It really is. I grew up, all my family members do and say shit that's funny. And it's really hard to make me laugh, but she really had me giggling. Because for one, she had me giggling. She had me falling out. I ain't fell out in a long time. You know, I gotta hit a comedy special or something, but you know, I ain't fell out in a long time.
May 7th, Comedy Club, North Hollywood.
But she had me giggling. I think that a lot of people felt that, like, a lot of people tried to paint this picture that she was, you know, being disrespectful towards the president or towards the, you know, the what's her name, Miss Huckabees, whatever, Sandra Huckabees, and I just felt that it was comedy. It was what comedy's supposed to be. You know, I think that everybody trying to take the art out of everything or trying to make everything so offensive to prove a point. And
it's like what we was talking about. It's like what we was talking about earlier. Like, I love you until I disagree with you. The moment I disagree with you is an issue.
Had she roasted Obama, it would have been.
Oh yeah, we was like, hold up, bitch.
No, we would have been like, hold up, but they would have been giggling. It would have been.
Exactly.
They would have kumbaya'd up in that.
Yeah, they had them Democrat jokes.
You know, so I think that like they basically said on The View, like everybody is just like everything is just separated. Like it's like either you hear or you hear. You know,
like either what. Like,
and Kanye West is saying, like, you can be in the middle.
Like even,
and that's one thing that's fucking beautiful about his rhetoric. Even though I started
following the show with us. I'm gonna watch our Netflix special.
Cool, I've seen a lot.
What's that?
My Twitter is in shambles and it's broke.
Oh,
because one of my tweets went viral.
For real? Man, I want to go viral.
You don't. I can't use Twitter.
But
what you tweet?
You feel me?
Damn.
So I can fucking say it. I
want to say it on another. I want to say it to my audience.
And act like
I didn't see it.
As long as you do it really, really fast. As long as you see the tweet,
I'm trying to Christopher Columbus your tweet.
Real talk.
Listen, everybody's stealing. Ain't that right, P.I.? Ain't everybody stealing?
All right, boom.
Sound like
so are those the topics? We got any comments? Anybody trying to talk shit?
I can't. Hold on.
Pierre is too busy being famous, so we can't see the comments.
Well, in conclusion, comedian Michelle Wolf, that was an awesome set. She really, and I hope they really looked at that. It ain't make no difference what she said. Normally, if somebody read me like that or cracked jokes on me, I'd be looking like, damn, is that really how I'm the world?
That's how you feel?
I'd be like, yeah, that's how. Am I really that person? I have to really self-regulate or check myself, examine myself. But them, nope. She the problem in their eyes. But I'm gonna watch her Netflix special and try to see, learn a little bit more about her. I like her. She's cool. But this is the end of episode 7. Tune in every Tuesday, 7 p.m. I'm gonna boost 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. CBT right here on Facebook, Opinionated webpage. In order to, I know it can be a little bit hard to find the page, so now you can just go to www.opinionatedshow. www.opinionatedshow.com, and it will lead you right to our Facebook page.
Right on.
I feel like you was like the Sugar Hill gang.
But yeah, man, we appreciate our likes. I see our likes are growing on the Facebook page.
If you're watching this video, anything that you see with Opinionated Show or
share that shit.
You better share it.
Share it.
Do not consider yourself a friend if you can't share something for free. And y'all sharing them naked videos and all them fight videos.
Sharing all this bullshit.
So, educated black men talking about real life issues that nobody else is talking about. And you know what? We coming for that Emmy next year.
We coming for it. We coming for it. We're gonna change America.
I mean, he coming for an Oscar, he coming for a Grammy, but we all
coming for all of it. I want all.
If he got,
I want it all.
If he got, you can get it.
I'm just coming for love, man.
You got
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Yeah, there you go. I want that. All right, now it's new goals.
Peace is the answer. Love is the answer. Unity and fucking self-love is the answer. I might put a bottle of block and I'm out of this
at least
bitch.
Once a day.
Y'all want to do y'all thing?
Oh. Who the fuck is MH? Come to the story. Arcade.
Oh my God, I gotta go. She's got my soul. Just gotta make it home to my lady. Just gotta make it home to my lady. Oh my God, I gotta go. She's got my soul. Just gotta make it home to my lady. And the devil keep on testing me, oh my. But the Lord just keep on blessing me, alright. I tell her no, I got control. Waiting at home is my lady, with the burgundy Mercedes. You know I'm tryna hit it daily. She say treat me like a lady.